I would want to thank them and their families for their support throughout this process, for their professionalism, for their friendship, and helping us work throughout this horrific event and in its aftermath. And we all recognize, I think, that it's time to move forward for the better. I want to thank the Scranton Police Department, including Chief Tom Carroll and Deputy Chief Lafferty, for their leadership throughout this process. It's been extremely difficult. And I want to thank the Pennsylvania State Police and all our state, local, and federal partners for their assistance throughout this process, but specifically the state police, who are always there with us and the Scranton Police and have our back, and we're extremely grateful for their friendship and their partnership. As it relates to the sentence imposed, we are happy with the sentence imposed. We're grateful that the court removed these individuals for as long as they did, but the reality is that no sentence, no matter how long, would have been good enough. Under the law, the court could not impose a life sentence, which is when you hear a police officer get shot, that's what you expect. In Pennsylvania, we have sentencing guidelines that are designed to promote fairness, consistency, and we respect that goal, and we embrace that goal and work in that system every single day. But there are moments, and specifically moments that we've had in the past month or so when we're going through this process, where you have to take a step back and ask yourself whether the laws truly reflect the values of our community. Right now, under the Pennsylvania sentencing guidelines, which judges are bound by, which Judge Brace was bound by today, an individual with a prior record score of 0, meaning no prior convictions, who shoots a police officer in the head with the intent to kill or causes serious bodily injury, could face a standard range sentence as low as 7 years without a weapons enhancement, or 11 years with the weapons enhancement. Think about that. 7 years at minimum for someone who shoots a cop in the head. That's asinine, and that doesn't reflect the values of our community here in Lackawanna-County, and I could tell you that. It doesn't reflect the values of law enforcement. And even more troubling, I find, is that while Pennsylvania has enacted a separate statute intended to protect police officers, such as criminal attempt to commit murder of a law enforcement officer, there's no meaningful distinction in the sentencing guidelines between attempted murder, first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer, and attempted murder of any other person. The guidelines treat them the same. So I think on behalf of all of us, every victim matters, every life matters. But when someone deliberately targets a police officer or police officers, someone who has sworn an oath to protect the public, that attack is not just against that police officer, that attack is against our community as a whole. When a police officer is shot in the head and survives by nothing short of a miracle, we should not minimize what occurred simply because death did not follow. The intent was to kill. The act was deliberate. The harm was catastrophic. And the only reason we are not mourning a fallen officer is because fate intervened. Justice should not turn on luck. So if somebody deliberately targets a police officer, fires a bullet into his head with the intent to end his life and other police officers in the car, and that officer survives, the law should recognize it for what it is, an attempted execution of a law enforcement officer. The fact that the officer lives should not lessen the gravity of the crime or the sentence imposed. It should rather highlight the severity of the intent. That's why I'm calling specifically for the Pennsylvania General Assembly to strengthen our sentencing framework when it comes to law enforcement and protecting law enforcement officers. If we truly mean what we say about supporting law enforcement, then our laws must reflect it. Enhanced penalties for those who intentionally target and seriously harm police officers should not be symbolic. They are absolutely necessary. And if an individual shoots a police officer in the head with the intent to kill him, and that officer survives, the punishment should reflect the intent and magnitude of the act. And in my view, that means life in prison. You all may disagree, the public may disagree, but it shouldn't go as low as 7 years, that's for sure. You saw the videos in court today. That's the reality of what these men deal with every single day on the street. So the next time people are too quick or very quick to criticize police, criticize their tactics, criticize traffic stops, think about those videos and think about the people shooting out of that car and into homes. And think about the comments they were making and the things they were saying about killing children and not caring about any member of our community. Our officers are asked to risk everything. The law must ensure that those who deliberately try to take everything from them face the same consequences that match the crime. That's why there must be changes to the guidelines to reflect that our society protects police officers. I do want to thank Sarah Varela and Drew Kroyak, who are my partners in the prosecution, as well as Corporal Dan Nylon and retired Corporal Bill Wagner, who got the day off from retirement to come and meet us today and was here to support our law enforcement family. I do want to introduce next from the Scranton Police Department, Deputy Chief Joe Lafferty, who kind of is our group leader and someone that I personally relied on as a friend and colleague for a very long time, and he's going to have some brief comments. So, and then we'll take questions after. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave Bryan. Appreciate it, Mr. Gallagher. I apologize in advance. This is such a hard day in many levels. But I stand here today because I want to focus on what has happened since then, which has really been nothing short of amazing. To watch everyone rally behind Kyle and rally behind his department. So I stand here to thank everyone who jumped to action. From the Pennsylvania State Police, including Father Muldowney, for their professionalism throughout the entire process. From the Lackawanna-County District Attorney's Office, for their hard work and dedication for seeing this case to its conclusion. To the brothers and sisters in our own Scranton Police Department, who also showed up in a time of need and helped in every possible way. We acknowledge our department, from the officers who were on scene to Officer Pat Perry, who drove Kyle to the hospital, to all law enforcement who stood behind Kyle while he fought hard to recover. And not just those people, but every other person who showed up when we needed them. This community rallied with support and act of kindness. Thanks to all of you who showed us that. When push comes to shove, we know we have your support. An extra special thank you to Kyle's wife and family, who have been devoted to supporting him throughout his entire journey. As I stand here today, I am grateful that Kyle is with us today, grateful for his strength and the strength shown by everyone who stepped up. Honestly, what happened could have broken us. Instead, it reminds us who we are. We show up and we stand together. Thank you all, and thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Appreciate it. Do you have anything?
All right, so we'd be happy to answer any questions based on the sentencing today. If they're specific to me, you could ask me. If not, one of these guys can jump in. If they're specific to Detective Heiler, Detective Lafferty, if they feel comfortable answering them, they're more than welcome to do so.
District Attorney Gallagher, you came into the position as District Attorney kind of at the midway point from when this crime occurred and where we are today. You were in the office at that time, but when you took this role, did this kind of jump to the top of your list in cases you wanted to get settled?
Well, so ultimately, anytime a police officer is shot, and specifically this case, so whether you all know this or not, Kyle was actually not only a Scranton police officer, but he was a detective in charge in our theft unit for our Northeast Auto Theft Unit. So he was in our office an awful lot. He was one of our police officers that was aggressive. So we wanted, as soon as I came back and as soon as this happened, this was a priority from day one. I don't think there's any difference from January when I came back from the U.S. Attorney's Office to when I became the District Attorney. It's always been full speed ahead. We're happy to see that both defendants took responsibility. But at the end of the day, our sentencing guidelines in the state need to change to reflect that when you target a police officer and hit him in the head with a bullet, that there should be a commensurate sentence with that crime.
And one of the things that's been talked about since this first started, and a lot today, gang activity and gang presence in Lackawanna County, in Scranton. What priority is kind of getting that out of the area on your list here?
Yeah, to be frank, it's our biggest priority, right? And I think we've done a lot since this incident, knock on wood, we've done a lot since this incident with getting into our schools, with doing our community violence intervention program, with having more aggressive patrols, with utilizing our partners at the state police, the Scranton police, and the detectives of the DA's office to go out and ensure that everyone's safe. It's our top priority. But again, it's not just enforcement. It also has to be education. It also has to be getting into schools. I think we're doing a good job. We could always do better. We could always do more. And I anticipate that you'll see some more programs and some more enforcement moving forward as we get into the summer months.
You have a question for Detective Lafferty. What have these last two years been like for you? You know, seeing this through from that night to today, and what's your reaction to?
It's gratifying at one point that this is finally over. Kyle and his family could put this behind him and concentrate on himself and his mental state. Like I said, we're very appreciative to the state police. They spearheaded this investigation from the beginning. The DA's office for prosecuting this. So right now, we're happy that this came to a conclusion today.
District Attorney, I know Detective Gilmartin was in the courtroom today and did speak. Following the sentencing, do you have any comment from his family on how they're feeling following the sentences that were handed down today?
So that is a very good question, and I don't particularly like getting emotional. It's extremely tough for them. It's tough for Kyle. He's doing as well as he can, right? You heard him speak today. You heard him get up there today. This was emotional. I hope today was therapeutic for them. I hope it was. I hope getting up there and facing the people that almost really ruined your life and took the most beloved person from you. I hope that's therapeutic. They're a really strong, tight-knit family. They're not really into any of this press or media or wanting to be on camera. They just care about each other, band together, and that's why they wanted to go out the side door. Some people don't want to go out the front door. They're the type of people that are very proud and a tight-knit family. They want to go out the side door, and so I would ask everyone to protect their privacy. They're doing well. They're great people. The bravery it takes to get up and talk about your feelings and the emotions and what happened that night, the most horrific night of their life, is extremely difficult. So I think they're happy with the sentence. I think they're happy to put this behind them, and I think they're more looking forward to making sure Kyle and their family gets better and moves forward.
What was it like for you to see him and his family take the stand and be able to address those men one-on-one?
Right. I mean, it takes an incredible amount of guts, right? And that's Kyle Gilmartin. And you heard Attorney Varela talk about that, and when she was asking for the sentence. Extremely brave cop. It's a loss that he can no longer be a cop. It's really to the members of Lackawanna-County. It takes a lot to get up there and say, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for the two guys the one guy that shot you in the head twice. I don't know that I would have that much humility. I doubt it. But that just tells you exactly who Kyle Gilmartin is. So.
What is moving forward from here?
Moving forward from law enforcement is very simple. We're going to rely on each other. We're going to enforce the law. We're going to be aggressive when it comes to gangs, guns, drugs. But we're also going to work with our school districts and our community partners in ensuring that there are other outlets, especially for youth, to engage in positive behavior. And I hope this message, and I hope that the media sends a message to all these young kids who who are enamored with firearms. You have two kids that ruined their life, ruined their family's life, ruined their child's life today because of a decision they made that night. That's not to diminish what they did, but at the end of the day, when you're looking at 25 years behind bars, 25 to 50 or whatever the sentence was imposed, that's some serious time. And if that doesn't make you shake in your boots, I don't know what will. But from a law enforcement perspective, we're going to band together. We're going to work with our partners to make sure we can make Lackawanna County and our surrounding counties and the city of Scranton as safe as it can be and protect everyone in our community, their families, their friends, their neighbors. And so we have some positive things coming up in the future here with the parade and some happier moments. So hopefully we can put this behind us now and look forward to a brighter future for everybody here. So. Okay, thanks guys.